what we have here is another Quoizel floral hugger. This is an Abigail Adams style fan. Plexiglass floral inserts on the blades, white and brass finish. And the control knob on the side is not original. That's off of a Casablanca Slumber Quiet fan. And I'll explain why in a minute. But I'll start with the light first. So this fan was listed on eBay as a parts fan. After talking with the seller, I found out he still had the motor, but it was non-working. And that's the lowest speed, which goes insanely fast, and I'll also explain why in a minute. But the motor was advertised as not working. The rest of the fan was advertised as parts. It was kind of a mess. So I took a gamble on it and ordered this thing. So when I got it, the first thing I noticed was the flywheel was broken. And if you want to know what the flywheel looked like, right there. It's completely blown apart. I mean, I don't even know how this happens. And this is the core. This had to be modified in some way. But yeah, that was essentially that. That was the first thing that was wrong. Second thing that was wrong, it had no cardboard box control inside of it. So the speed control was completely missing. Third thing that was wrong was the hot wire for the light kit was completely snapped off right where the motor shaft meets the switch housing. And fourth thing that was wrong was there's supposed to be, like, on the switch housing, there's supposed to be 2 nuts above it and 1 inside of it. All those were missing, so it was just kind of loosely sitting there. So there was a bunch of things wrong with this fan. So I put a new flywheel on it. Ran a new wire for the light kit. And let's see, what else did I say? I'm kind of forgetting now. I corrected that switch housing mess. And as far as the cardboard box control goes, well, I don't have a proper one with a trim pot on it. So I have one without a trim pot, so this is as slow as it can go. And I don't have a proper knob, so I just use that one. Turn the speed up a little bit. Low speed is already like a medium. But since the motor was advertised as not working, I don't know what could have happened. It could have been shorted out. It could have been burned out. It could have been locked up. I mean, I had no idea. So I kind of took a chance on this one. But thankfully it turned out very well. Also, one more thing I want to point out. This flywheel here seems to be a replacement. So it's kind of weird that that one broke too. So I don't really know what the story is with that. And from what I heard, the seller of this fan tried to hire an electrician to fix it. And the electrician took it apart, screwed around with it, and couldn't fix it. And he said, yeah, it's broken. At least to my understanding, that's what happened. Turn it up a little bit more. And a couple more things, minor issues with it. One of these three nuts that hold the motor housing on was missing. It only had two, but I happen to have a spare one sitting around. And one of the three bolts that mount the motor to the ceiling bracket were missing, but I also happen to have one sitting around. And one of the thumb screws that holds the globe on were missing, but I happen to have one of those sitting around. See, they're all present. And here's full blast. And to add to everything else, the sideband part of the motor housing was pretty bent. So I had to bend it back into a circle. But thankfully it was not that messed up at all. That was a pretty easy fix. And there's a paint splatter right here, which I have to look at removing. But I'm not too worried about that right now. Watch the spin down. And for now, the lowest speed is going to be more of a low medium until I find a proper cardboard box control for this fan. Like I said, the one in there right now does not have a trim pot, and the trim pot is what adjusts the lowest speed of the fan. I don't know what happened with the original one, but like I said, this fan was tampered with a lot. And the people who were tampering with it had no idea what they were doing. So stuff like that is just bound to happen. And there you go. That's all I have for this 52-inch Quoizel Abigail Adams Floral Hugger.